KHTS, AM 1220, and 98.1 FM Santa Clarita. It's 8 o'clock. Time for national news on KHTS.
We'll soon get an update from the White House. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. President Biden will address the Afghanistan situation in about 2 hours.
If we leave any Americans behind, if we leave thousands of those Afghans who fought along our side behind bravely, Joe Biden deserves to be impeached for a higher crime and misdemeanor.
Republican Senator Lindsey Graham, as thousands keep crowding Kabul's airport trying to leave.
British and French forces are leaving the airport to grab their people in downtown Kabul. The U.S. military under strict orders not to leave the airport. The Pentagon says nearly 6,000 people have been evacuated aboard 16 Air Force C-17s in the past 24 hours.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson at the Pentagon. The Taliban and militants who took control as U.S. troops left are on the hunt as people try to go. Fox's Rachel Sutherland explains live.
Dave, the Taliban are going door to door looking for people who helped the former Afghan government or U.S. and coalition forces, according to a threat assessment prepared for the United Nations. A former interpreter who worked with the U.S. for more than 10 years tells Fox News he now regrets it.
I'm sure that if they capture me, they will kill me. Like me, there are 100 people. This is called the wrong policy of the United States.
The man says he has applied for a special immigrant visa a number of times. Dave?
Rachel, it's time to prep for a storm. From New York's Long Island to Rhode Island up to Maine as Tropical Storm Henri, forecast to grow into a hurricane, heads that way.
If you are told to evacuate, you need to evacuate.
Dennis Felkett of the National Hurricane Center. Henri could hit Sunday and move north up the New England coast. Jeopardy needs to find a new host. Again. Mike Richards, who's also the TV game show's producer, has just stepped down effective immediately with today's show taping canceled days after he was chosen to replace the late Alex Trebek. Richards under scrutiny for comments he made about women on a podcast. America's listening to Fox News.
Oh, according to research, 82% of people remember radio ads. That means that 82% of you listening right now will remember that this is an ad for ZipRecruiter. If you're hiring, 82% of you will recall that ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster and easier. And 82% of you will note that you can try ZipRecruiter for free today. But you have to go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Yes, free. 82% of you will keep in mind that ZipRecruiter's technology finds qualified people for your job and actively invites them to apply.
Is that you? Who are you talking to?
82% of you will also know that I, live with my mom. But the most important thing to note is that ZipRecruiter works. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Will you be part of the 82% who remember where you can try ZipRecruiter for free? It's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Again, that exclusive link is ZipRecruiter.com/free. How much? Free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Anyone in Canada or Mexico getting ready to come to America this weekend or in the next few weeks for a vacation have to hold off on those plans. The U.S. has just extended a COVID-era ban on non-essential travel to the U.S. set to expire tomorrow. Now, until September 21st, that's in place as COVID cases keep rising, topping 100,000 for yet another day yesterday across America, more than 3,000 deaths in the last 3 days. A man who caused a scare around the U.S. Capitol yesterday, 7 months after the deadly riot there, has a court date today.
U.S. Capitol Police say Floyd Ray Roseberry threatened to explode a bomb in his truck after parking that vehicle on the sidewalk at the Library of Congress. For hours, negotiators communicated with the North Carolina resident and evacuated several buildings, including offices housing congressional staff. Roseberry eventually crawled out of his truck and surrendered peacefully. He was taken into custody without incident. Police say a bomb was not found, but possible bomb-making material was discovered. Roseberry is due for an initial court appearance this afternoon. Jared Halpern, Fox News.
That stand Texas Democrats took to block a Republican election reform bill they claim is voter suppression appears to be ending.
For 38 days, Democratic members of the Texas State House of Representatives had been absent from their jobs, having flown on chartered jets to Washington to avoid standing for a quorum that would have allowed voting reform laws to be passed, reforms they disagree with. The Democrats lacked the votes to defeat the bill. Now, after the state issued arrest warrants for the lawmakers and the Texas Supreme Court ruled they can, in fact, be arrested, they're headed back to the Capitol, where the laws are expected to pass. Evan Brown, Fox News.
On Wall Street, after 3 straight down days, the Dow is rebounding, gaining 130 points. The NASDAQ is also up over 130. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks opened flat, though concerns persist about inflation, and the Fed signals it will scale back some of its stimulus. Apple will hold off returning workers to its offices until at least January. The Verge says Apple is encouraging workers to get vaccinated, and its stores will remain open. IBM is temporarily closing offices in New York City because of rising COVID cases. Foot Locker shares are rallying after a stronger than expected early summer quarter. Its sales topped last year's numbers. Baseball card company Topps will not be launching its stock. It was to merge with a special purpose acquisition company, Mudrick Capital. However, Major League Baseball and its players union are ending their deal with Topps, and Mudrick and Topps have ended their deal by mutual agreement. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
Oh, according to research, 82% of people will remember radio ads. So, 82% of you listening will remember that this is an ad for ZipRecruiter. 82% of you will note that if you're hiring, ZipRecruiter finds qualified people for your job. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And 82% of you will remember that you can try ZipRecruiter for free. But you have to go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Yes, free. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Thanks for listening to KHTS AM 1220, Canyon Country, California. K260 CO 98.1 FM, Santa Clarita, California.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm excited to announce my new product, My Slippers. They took me over 2 years to develop because I didn't want just an ordinary slipper. My slippers are meant to be worn all day long, no matter what you're doing, whether you're inside or outside. My slippers come with an exclusive 3-tier cushioning system that you won't find in any other slipper. It combines 2 layers of foam, including my proprietary My Pillow foam and a patented impact gel made from U.S. soybeans. My 3-tier cushioning system is going to help relieve pressure points, provide that micro support you need for all-day comfort, and help prevent fatigue. Not only that, my slippers are made with high-quality leather and a premium indoor-outdoor sole that make them extremely durable. I personally guarantee they're going to be the most comfortable slippers you'll ever own.
Go to MyPillow.com to receive 40% off the My Slippers when you use the promo code KHTS. Or call 1-800-973-3927 and make sure to use the promo code KHTS.
If you're in need of physical therapy, check out Focus Physical Therapy. Owner and therapist Adam Laraway has the latest in cutting-edge technology, introducing the Newbie, the ultimate in neuromuscular re-education. The Newbie can help you heal up to 70% faster and was FDA cleared in September 2017. The Newbie uses pulse direct current, which mimics the same neurological signals the brain uses and allows the therapist to identify those signals with 100% accuracy. Newbie can even help improve your sleep while tackling issues with neck, knee, and shoulder pain, sciatica, and arthritis. It can accelerate your fitness progress, which means better results in less sessions. Get stronger quicker. Why not use the same technology that the Dodgers and the LA Clippers use? Focus PT, located on Peachland off Lyons in Newhall. Call 255-4205. Go online at FocusPhysicalTherapy.SCVi.com.
When you think about your next place, maybe even your forever place, are you hearing more of this and less of this? Introducing 5 Point Valencia, a vibrant new community coming to the Santa Clarita Valley. A place with parks, trails, and fresh architecture, all tuned to the way people want to live today. New homes for all, with prices to match, from the low 400,000s to over $1 million. Learn more at Valencia.com.
Get your free thermostats from Pacific Air, free!
Ned, what are you doing? You can't offer that.
Yes, I can. With every AC tune-up this month, Pacific Air will replace your mechanical thermostat with a digital one, free!
Get in the truck, Ned.
Ned's right.
It's true.
Mark Schneider and daughter Kaylee for Pacific Air.
This month, call Pacific Air to schedule your WOW AC tune-up for just $77.
And we'll replace your old mechanical thermostat.
With a brand new programmable digital thermostat, absolutely free of charge.
And if you need a new heating and air system but money is tight, call today and ask about our buy now, pay later financing. We think you'll say,
wow!
Call the guys in the orange truck. That's Pacific Air. On time, great care. When you want the best, call Pacific Air.
Details at pacair.com. Remember, without the E, it's just air.
Moms, dads, this is Cardin Ellis, owner of Unipest. If your house has ants, spiders, or gophers, or you want a free orange oil termite inspection, you have to call Unipest Termite and Pest Control, Santa Clarita's only factory-certified orange oil pest control company. We specialize in organic, low-impact, and traditional pest control options that are all kid-friendly, pet-friendly, and affordable with no contracts, and we're SCVi owned and operated. Call us at 661-BUG-7575 or visit unipest.com.
Hey, this is Kyle with your hometown station weather. A mostly sunny day. Temperatures expected to be in the high 80s today. Overnight lows going to be in the low 60s. Nice one here in the Santa Clarita Valley.
98.1 FM and AM 1220.
The following is sponsored programming and does not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of KHTS or its ownership.
Good morning, Santa Clarita. Welcome in indeed. You are listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. This is SCVi and I Lead Schools Eye on the Valley. I am your host, Matt Watson. Our show, Eye on the Valley, is brought to you, like I said, by SCVi and I Lead Schools. We're a network of charter schools with campuses in Castaic, Agua Dulce, Lancaster. We've also got fully accredited online schools, a burgeoning homeschool program, iLead Exploration. Visit us at ileadschools.org for more information. And actually, right now is school enrollment time. First day of school is next week. So perfect time to visit ileadschools.org and check it out, maybe even enroll your children. So, we've got our eye on education in Santa Clarita and across the nation, but like our show says, we keep our eye on the Valley as well, bringing you everything that you need to know about what's what here in the Valley, and we do it all while having lots of fun. Those of you that know me, listen to the show on a regular basis, you know that I tell my bosses I absolutely refuse to do anything unless I can have some fun, have a few giggles while doing it. Gets me in trouble sometimes, but I always find a way to wiggle out. And we are back. That's right. Yeah, we took a couple of months off for the summertime, took a little vacation, got the new school year launched, at least as far as I am concerned with our schools. We're now, now we're back here on the radio. Patty, it's good to see you, brother. We missed you.
We missed you, Matt. Come on.
My bully of a big brother, Big T, always likes to tease me that as a teacher I work part-time, seasonal job, working 9 to 3, 8 months a year. He jokes, but he knows all too well how hard teachers work. And while we did take a couple of month break from the show, it's mostly because my main job at the schools at iLead is teacher training. So the beginning of my year, and the 1st of August is always crunch time. So I spent my summer preparing 3 weeks of teacher training for our schools, and almost done now. Got 3 more days to go, but I could not wait to get back to the show. And it does feel good to be back in the seat. If you're watching live on Facebook, that's right. Did you know that we're on Facebook Live? You can watch us as well as listen to us. Yeah, I sound good on the radio, but you should see me on Facebook Live. I'm pretty easy on the eyes. Come check us out, because I am a handsome man, but the olive-skinned gentleman sitting next to me will knock your socks off too. We'll get to him in just a little bit. But if you are watching on Facebook Live, you'll notice our masks are back on. Yep, Coronapalooza has booked an extended stay, so we're strapped up. Sorry to obscure the view of the handsome men in here, but while we are here, if you are on Facebook Live, why don't you drop us a comment? Let us know you're here. However you're tuning in, Facebook Live, Old School Radio on 98.1 FM or 1220 AM, or if you're streaming on hometownstation.com, the website, or through the KHTS app on your iPhone or Android smart device. We appreciate you celebrating with us. Celebrating, yes, that's right, because it's National Radio Day. Did you guys know that? Yeah, it's National Radio Day. And you can observe in several different ways. You can prepare a show, book a few guests, and do your own show today. You might be a little late if you're just starting your planning on that one. You can also bribe the host with a bottle of wine and join him in studio if you're smart and you wanted to celebrate that way. Or you can just settle in with a cup of coffee and get your day started with your favorite radio show, SCVi and I Lead Schools, Eye on the Valley. Because, like I said, we are back. Now, let's take that figurative mask off my mystery first guest. He leads off a great show today. Robert Reyes, purveyor of Reyes Winery, is here with an update on some exciting news for all of us. Later on today, in hour number 2, we're going to meet the 2 new directors at SCVi, iLead's founding school. They've been hard at work this summer with their staff, and they're ready to start the 2021-2022 school year. And, of course, we'll have everybody's favorite segment, Big T's 5 Minutes of Fame, at the end of the show. So, let's quit messing around and get to it. Like I said, my first guest is General Manager at Reyes Winery. Robert Reyes and his family planted their 16-acre vineyard here in Santa Clarita in 2004. They've been producing premium wines right here in the Santa Clarita Valley, out on Sierra Highway on the east side of town, right here in Agua Dulce. There you'll find their tasting room right alongside that absolutely picturesque vineyard. Robert, welcome back to Eye on the Valley. It's good to have you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me back. It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh, it is always a pleasure. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. You know, we were talking earlier, you are quite the Renaissance man. You have got your hands on so many different things going on. You've had, seems like 3 or 4 different extremely successful careers in your life. Wine was actually not your first wasn't your first passion, wasn't even your family legacy. Can you tell our listeners a little bit about your background and the history of your winery?
Well, thank you. Yes, the winery in Agua Dulce the vineyard was planted in 2004, and that came, as a matter of fact, from a passion that I've had since I was a kid. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if I've told you this before, but one of my aunts, my great aunts, used to make wine. And I remember when I was a kid, she would visit and bring a little sweet wine. And as kids, we got to taste a little wine. And from that, I thought, well, someday I'm going to do that myself, right?
Wow.
So that passion has kind of been there for a long time. And so that's where my wine enthusiasm comes from. And so we planted this vineyard in 2004. And it took a few years to finally get licensed in Los Angeles County. And so we did our first bottling in 2011. As a matter of fact, I brought you a bottle of our 2010 Merlot.
Wow.
And yes.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
So, yes, we're still open on weekends there at the winery, and people are welcome to come and taste our wines from 11 to 5, Saturdays and Sundays. Okay. And we are looking forward to Main Street.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and I want to talk about that in a little bit, but I do want to talk a little bit more about kind of the location of your winery and what you guys do up there. But yeah, we've got some exciting news that we've been kind of waiting on. COVID has certainly upset certain plans that you've had, right. But I'm sure you get this a lot because when people think of California wines, California is known as having some of the best wines in the world, and that's been tested for decades now. But people typically think of, your Napa Valley, Sonoma, even Paso Robles as wine country. But what made you decide to plant your vineyard in Agua Dulce, and is that a good place, or is that kind of a struggle fighting against nature right there in Agua Dulce?
Well, there's always the struggle with nature, but Agua Dulce has its own appellation. It's about a 10 square mile area of an appellation which produces great wines. And so reason actually I bought land in Agua Dulce is because my friend down the street who planted the first vines in the valley, Juan Alonso from Le Chien, he called me one day and said, hey, I have this piece of land, because he knew I wanted to buy something somewhere. And Agua Dulce is so panoramic and so beautiful, and it's great And so we acquired the land, planted the vineyard, and it's great. We love it there, and well, my wife doesn't want to move from there, so we're staying.
Yeah, good. Yeah, and it's absolutely stunning. And I think in a previous conversation, you talked about how that appellation, the way the hills are situated there, kind of bring the winds in and just set the weather conditions just right for a vineyard.
That is correct. Yes, we're blessed with that part of it, that part of the nature of our valley. And of course, we struggle with water and so on, but we're managing, and in fact, we just started harvest a couple of days ago. So we picked our Chardonnay grapes, and they're being processed as we speak.
Well, so you said Chardonnay grapes, and you brought us a lovely bottle of Merlot here, and we do appreciate it. So what kind of grapes do you grow?
Yes, in the red, we grow Syrah, Cabernet, and Merlot.
Okay.
And then we have Chardonnay and Muscat on the whites.
Okay.
Yes.
And then obviously those produce those 5 different types of wines. Do you also make some blends and things like that? What kind of wines do you have available?
We do make blends, and we bring in grapes from nearby vineyards as well.
Mm-hmm.
This year we're only bringing in Grenache from the same appellation.
Okay.
Actually from down the street. And so, yes, because I've been able to make some really great wine. Well, you start out with good grapes, you end up with good wine if you manage it right.
Sure.
So that's the only grape we're bringing in this year. And the reason we started bringing in grapes is back in 2011, we lost about half of our crop to an early frost in spring.
Oh, okay.
Actually, in early spring, that is. And so that's when we brought in other grapes that we blended and did some things with it. And so we brought batches in of different grapes from good quality places that some are nearby, some are up in Davis, California, some in Lodi.
Okay.
So we brought small batches of those to try, and they worked out really well.
So it's a complicated science. Where does somebody learn to do this if you didn't grow up in the industry? Did you have to go to school, or is there...
Well, yeah, you read a lot, but I did end up going to UC Davis for wine courses and wine management and vineyard management and things like that, chemistry, all of that.
Sure.
So, yes, I spent some time up at UC Davis doing that.
Sure. So it is a beautiful combination of science and art. And speaking of art, I referred to you as a Renaissance man. You are also quite an artist, correct?
Well, thank you, yes.
I'm looking at the label here. Is that
That is one of my paintings on that label, and a lot of the labels have some of my paintings, yes.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. You know, I remember the first time I saw one of your bottles and you told me that it was one of your paintings. I was shocked because I was under the assumption that this was a photograph. The detail is amazing. You've got some of your paintings on display in your wine room in Agua Dulce too.
That is correct. Yes, we have a lot of my paintings in the tasting room. Yes, I do. I learned my painting skills, of course, in a studio. And a lot of what we do at the studio in that learning process, which started 18 years ago, replicate the masters. And so from each master, you develop your own technique and kind of copy what they did and learn from every one of them. And then you do your own combination of what you like to do.
Wow.
So that's kind of where I'm at with that.
You're an amazing man. We could talk to you for hours and never touch on the topic of wine. Gosh, you are fantastic. But your wine is definitely something to talk about. It's, we're not talking about a local wine that's a decent way to complement your dinner. You guys have won not just awards, but some of the most prestigious awards in the world your wines have. Can you talk about it?
We have, some of our wines have won double gold medals and have been rated at 97 points. And so we're very proud of those. We're proud of all the wines we do, but it's good to get something like a double gold medal on one of the wines, and that's great. We've gotten several of those. We're very proud, and we love what we do, and that's what keeps us doing what we do.
As you should be proud, and you and I have talked about it before, but explain to our listeners again what a double gold medal is, because that's not just, wow, you won a contest. That there's kind of an amazing accolade that goes into receiving a double gold.
Sure. And there are several judges judging a multitude of wines, and when you have all the judges agreeing that the wine is gold, then by mutual agreement, it's double gold.
Kind of that unanimous decision.
That is
so
correct.
That's
yes.
absolutely impressive. Now, I mentioned earlier, I want to get an update from you on a very exciting project that you've been working on for quite a while. But let's go ahead and take a break, and we will talk about that when we get back. I'm hoping that you've got some sort of announcement for us. I'm not sure if things have been held up, but we're speaking with Robert Reyes, GM of Reyes Winery. He is joining us this morning, and hopefully some exciting news or at least an update when we get back. I'm Matt Watson, and this is SCVi, and I lead School's Eye on the Valley. You're listening to your hometown station, KHTS.
Get ready to discover a creative new way to have fun. Painting with a twist. We'll show you step by step how to make fun art, not fine art. It's painting, it's dancing, it's a party. Painting with a twist. It's a little bit of paint, a little bit of wine, and a whole lot of fun. Visit paintingwithatwist.com to find the studio nearest you.
Now located in the patios at Valencia Westfield Mall, Google Painting with a Twist Santa Clarita for a new kind of fun.
Traffic brought to you by the law firm of Owen Patterson Owen, helping Santa Clarita drivers recover from life-changing accidents for over 3 decades. Owen Patterson Owen, encouraging you to drive safely. Visit opolaw.com.
KHTS strives to give the Santa Clarita Valley all the information they need. And when our computers aren't working the way they should, we call Resurgence, your true source for IT. Resurgence provides outstanding customer service while also providing the highest technical ability. They strive to do what's best to improve and protect your business. For more information on Resurgence, call 349-4114 or visit resurgenceit.com.
You already know Salt Creek Grill has the best food in our valley. Well, now you can have Salt Creek's gourmet meals catered to your event.
I'm Greg Amsler, owner of Salt Creek Grill. I'd like to introduce you to a new level of catering, featuring our catering director, Tamara Levine.
Salt Creek Grill creates memorable experiences, which leaves our clients and guests with a sense of awe and excitement. From menu development to picturesque presentation, you'll enjoy culinary excellence and creative catering.
Salt Creek Grill, a new level of catering.
Dunkin' is hiring. With 2 Santa Clarita locations, one in Saugus on Bouquet Canyon and another on Sierra Highway in Canyon Country. It's the perfect way to start your career. With competitive pay and significant benefits, you can become an essential part of the Dunkin' team. Work in a fun environment here in your hometown, and now receive a sign-on bonus of $150. Your career starts at Dunkin'. Apply at DunkinDonuts.com. That's DunkinDonuts.com.
The San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance is inviting everyone to bring their smile to the San Diego Zoo and the San Diego Zoo Safari for amazing outdoor experiences. Guests will have the opportunity to see amazing wildlife up close, enjoy wondrous entertainment after dark at the San Diego Zoo, or journey through the wild and wondrous terrain at the Safari Park. A visit to the zoo must begin with a stop at the newly opened Komodo Kingdom, home to a pair of the world's largest lizards, Komodo dragons. A few steps to the habitat next door, an immersive aviary modeled after a cenote bursting with tropical plant life and buzzing with numerous eye-catching species of hummingbirds and other winged beauties. From almost anywhere in the safari park, you can hear it, a roar that strikes deep in your chest. At Lion Camp, you can come eye to eye with these magnificent predators, equally impressive whether indulging in a catnap or strutting around their kingdom. Stop into one of the Safari Park's retail stores. Your purchases help support our conservation work worldwide. Learn more at stzwa.org.
Are you looking for educational flexibility and choice? Look no further than your front door. iLead Exploration's independent study program is passionate about personalized learning. Our mission is to inspire learners to become creative problem solvers, compassionate leaders, conscientious collaborators, and responsible citizens who develop a lifelong love of learning. Our families partner with a credentialed teacher to customize each child's educational path. Families access community partners to choose a variety of in-person, online, and at-home options to create an optimal learning learning environment for each learner. Our program also values community, and through a variety of field studies, service projects, park days, and family gatherings, we provide many opportunities to foster friendships. Because there are currently in-person limitations due to COVID, we are offering activities online through webinars and virtual field trips. iLead Exploration is a tuition-free, independent study charter school program serving grades TK through 12 in Los Angeles, Orange, Kern, San Bernardino, and Ventura counties. To learn more about our program, visit iLeadExploration.org. iLead Schools, free to think, inspired to lead.
Your hometown station.
KHTS is the only station I listen to.
98.1 FM and AM 1220.
Welcome back, everybody. You are listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. This is Matt Watson, and you're listening to SCVi and iLead Schools' Eye on the Valley. Robert Reyes, General Manager of Reyes Winery, joins me today. Robert, we spoke before the break. Now, you have been building a tasting room right here in downtown Newhall. It's right here. We can see it out the window here of the studio. So I know you've been working on it for a while, and COVID certainly hasn't been good for any type of major project like that. But can you give us an update? How's it going? Are you able to make any kind of announcement this morning? What's the progress on the winery here in Newhall?
Well, things are moving along. We're working every day. Things are happening. In fact, I came down to the street last night for the census party.
Sure.
And I was glad to see that we now have a complete storefront, and it looks really great.
Oh, it looks good.
You're able to look in at night, and they have the lights on inside. But sure, we continue to work, and we have fallen behind for a lot of reasons.
Sure.
Permitting, materials, contractors, etc. But we're moving along, and it's looking like it could be end of September. But we would like to possibly, maybe even at the next census party, have an open house just to have people walk through, show them the building, etc. I'm not sure what we might be able to do then, because we may require a special permit to do that. I don't know yet. But things are moving along, like I said, and so we now have kitchen equipment coming in next week. The kitchen is basically built out as far as the permanent fixtures that go in there, freezer and refrigerator and hoods and things like that. That's all in now and just waiting for the equipment to come in next week. So we start installing kitchen equipment next week. We are developing a menu for the first floor restaurant. The bars are in upstairs and downstairs, and it's just in progress. We've polished our floors. Our logo is at the entrance on the floor.
Oh,
so
beautiful.
you know, every time I come, there's something new, and it's exciting to see. Yeah, so we're excited, hoping that we can do something by the end of September.
End of September would be great. We're talking about 6 weeks out. So that is exciting. It's getting closer. So you talked about the kitchen. Now, this has been, at least from my perspective, a very interesting evolution, because when you and I first spoke about what you're building here in downtown Newhall, you talked about having a tasting room, but then also partnering with a restaurant. The last time we spoke, you said, you know, Matt, we're thinking maybe not partner with a restaurant, but actually open our own restaurant. So is that what you guys are doing? You're developing your own restaurant?
That is correct. That's what we're doing, and that was Plan B.
Okay.
But it's working out, and I'm very excited. We're all very excited, and there's a lot of buzz about it. And I think if we integrate the tasting room with the restaurant, as you may remember, we have an elevator in the back of the house to bring food upstairs through a pass-through window that goes to the kitchen, to the elevator, etc. So I thought it'll work out. It'll work out, and we're so excited that we're doing it that way. We didn't want to wait to have open space available that somebody wasn't taking for a year. And, you know, so we thought this is the best way to do it, so we're moving forward with that. And so we have, like I said, a chef that's developing a great menu, and yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Is there any type of food in specific that you're focusing on?
Continental food.
Okay.
You know, a lot of creative cooking, and we've tested that. As a matter of fact, we went up to Cisco up in Oxnard, and they have a very large professional kitchen. And some of our ideas that we wanted to do at the restaurant, we've already tested there, and it was amazing. Additionally, we had the chef and some of his staff come up to our house, and we had some people related to the restaurant, our consultants, etc. And he did some food for us, and that was even better than the stuff up at Cisco. So I'm very excited. He has been here on Main Street for a while. So he knows people know him, and so we're very excited to have him.
Fantastic. And it's going to be an incredibly unique experience, right? We're not talking about just another restaurant here in Santa Clarita. You're going to have the restaurant on the first floor.
Right.
You mentioned the elevator to take the food up, because your dining room is actually, while most of the buildings here in downtown Newhall are 2 stories, your dining room is actually going to be on the 3rd floor outside.
Well, actually, the tasting room is on the 3rd floor, and we will serve food up there. The restaurant on the 1st floor has a capacity of 82. We have there's also a private dining room there.
So you can eat downstairs, you can have your private party downstairs, and then you've got the tasting room on the 3rd floor.
Correct.
Open air, al fresco, right?
Open air, absolutely.
You can also get some food delivered up there to pair with your wine. And I'm looking, every time I drive by, I look, and that rooftop has just a completely unobstructed view of the entire valley. I can't wait until you get open. It's going to be an amazing experience. If folks want to just stop by, try a couple of wines and buy a few bottles, or hang out and have dinner, it's going to be just a stunning experience.
That's right. So that's right. And so the upstairs, the rooftop tasting room and open area has a capacity of 101. So we can get a few people up there.
So you're going to get almost 200 people in there once you
and the restaurant itself.
Yeah.
Sure. The restaurant itself on the 1st floor has a capacity of 82.
Wow.
So that's quite a space.
I can imagine. Gosh, it's going to be buzzing there once you can finally get open. That's so exciting. Now, so you're opening the wine room and the restaurant here downtown, but does this mean that you're moving out of Agua Dulce, or are you leaving your tasting room and winery and everything still intact up there?
Oh, yes. No, Agua Dulce stays open.
All
yes,
right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
That is.
Your wife is the boss. She said she's staying. Okay.
Yes.
Good call.
No. So our tasting room in Agua Dulce is going to remain open, and we're excited to be on Main Street as well. So great.
You've always been a busy guy. You're only going to get busier. So tell our listeners a little bit about, should they decide, it's going to be a beautiful weekend. It's not going to be as hot. The sun's going to be out. It's going to be another stunning Southern California weekend. Should our listeners decide to stop by your tasting room here on Sierra Highway?
Absolutely, yes.
What can they look forward to? What kind of experience have you got for them?
Well, first of all, great weather, great wine. And we are serving outdoors. We have plenty of room outdoors under the tents, and it's going to be a beautiful weekend. We're looking forward to having some people up there. So come on up and enjoy some wine.
Definitely. And before I get too much further, if folks are thinking, you know what, that's a great idea, how do they get a hold of you? How do they get more information? You got a website, phone number?
You can call us at 661-268-1865. We are on Sierra Highway, just east of Agua Dulce Canyon Road. At that intersection, we're the next right turn there, past Agua Dulce Canyon Road.
Sure. And so
it's 10262 Sierra Highway.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. And like I said, folks sometimes think Agua Dulce, that's way up there, but it's just a couple of miles up the road. It's a lovely drive, and gosh, once you get there, you forget how gorgeous our backyard is.
That's
It's just such a great place to hang out on a Saturday afternoon. Now, do folks need to call ahead and make reservations?
No, just come on in. We have plenty of room, and it's great.
All right.
No waiting. You'll be fine.
Perfect.
Come on up.
Perfect way to surprise your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your spouse. So fantastic. And now, I know you did them prior to the pandemic. Are you still doing the morning hikes and things like that?
We did not do hikes in the last couple of months because it got too hot. But we're coming back to that right after harvest.
Okay.
Which would be another month or so.
Oh, gosh,
so next month we're going to have a hike.
What an incredible experience. You lead folks on a hike around the property and the foothills there of Agua Dulce, and then come back and they can enjoy lunch and some wine.
That's right.
Gosh, what
and
a great experience.
we do a tour, we go over stuff, people have questions, and we talk about a whole lot of things, and it's a whole lot of fun.
Oh, gosh.
So we'll be announcing the hike pretty soon.
Okay, terrific. So, again, just hop on your website, reyeswinery.com, and folks can get more information about that. Now, one of the things that for the longest time intimidated me, you told me, Matt, don't be intimidated. Lots of folks enjoy wine, but then going to a tasting room, some people kind of have their own little mental block. Well, I don't know. I don't want to be embarrassed. I don't know I don't know how to do it. First of all, what you told me last time is if you like wine, that's the only requirement.
That's right. That's right. And it is intimidating, but we try to be as welcoming as we possibly can.
Yeah.
And we try to explain our wines. And I think if you ask the questions, you'll get the answers, and you don't have to be intimidated. I think, like I said before, if you taste a wine and you don't like it, well, you just don't like it.
Perfect.
But when you find the wine that you like, well, that's your wine. It doesn't matter what anybody says, what food goes with it or doesn't or whatever. So,
certainly.
So don't be intimidated by that. I know there's a lot of wine snobs out there. I get it.
Oh, sure.
I get it. But that's the one thing that we want to cut through and let people know that you don't need to be intimidated, that it's okay to ask questions. And there is a lot to learn, but it doesn't matter. It takes time until you find the wines that you like, the nuances of the wine, etc. So that's what you need to do. Just go on in, try, ask questions. It doesn't matter. You'll be fine.
And
no
I
need
learned,
to be embarrassed.
And I learned, if you are maybe stopping by Reyes Winery on a first date and you're looking to impress someone, very easy. You just remember the 4 S's: sniff, swirl, sniff, sip, right?
There you go.
you stick your nose in there, take a nice sniff of the aroma, and then you swirl the wine around a little bit, let some oxygen get in there, let it aerate, sniff one more time to get your whole face ready for the experience, and then finally, my favorite S, the sipping. So,
that's right.
Yeah.
Great.
Perfect. So, yeah, I'm a real wine snob now, but like you said, the most important thing is just know what you like, and if you're not sure what you like, taste a few things, and
that's right.
And just
that's
really
right.
start to enjoy.
That's right.
So now I know that prior you were doing curbside pickup, even delivery. Is that something that's available for folks?
That is. You don't see that much anymore, but it's available. So,
fantastic.
Yes. We also ship wines everywhere.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Robert Reyes, Reyes Winery, right here in your own backyard on Sierra Highway in Agua Dulce. And so excited, looking forward, cannot wait until the restaurant and tasting room here in downtown Newhall is opened up. Very exciting. Mr. Reyes, thank you for coming in. Thank you for the wine. We always appreciate that. Thank you so much. But we'll look forward to having you back here real soon and talking about how things are going here in the restaurant.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. You have a great weekend. Coming up, we're going to meet the new directors at SCVi Charter School. That's right. They've got 2 new leaders, and we're very excited about the direction that SCVi is going in. We will come back right after this. You're listening to SCVi and iLead School's Eye on the Valley. I'm Matt Watson on your hometown station, KHTS.
Loss of hearing can affect the quality of life. Santa Clarita Hearing Center can help. They specialize in both preventative hearing loss and corrective measures, including diagnostic tests, new technology hearing aids, cochlear implants, hearing protection, and tinnitus treatment. They can adjust your current hearing aids or fit you for new ones. Santa Clarita Hearing Center also offers sleep molds, swim molds, and musician monitors. Book an appointment today. Log on to SantaClaritaHearingCenter.com. Located on McBean Parkway next to the hospital. That's SantaClaritaHearingCenter.com. Excellence isn't just a word, it is what we deliver. Vanguard Protection Group is committed to providing its clients with the highest echelon of protective services available. Our clients not only receive the security services they contract for, but also reports that are well-written, articulate, and thorough. Our patrol officers operate at the highest levels and have an impressive rapport with local law enforcement. With military, police, private policing, and courtroom experience, you can trust that we have the strength to deliver our promise of excellence. Contact Vanguard Protection by calling 661-753-3611 or visiting their website at vanguardprotectiongroup.com.
Starting July 1st, the Biden administration approved new stimulus funding for small business. Small businesses who were in areas of the country, such as, say, Santa Clarita, where government orders affected business operations, they're able to have their payroll reimbursed under the American Rescue Plan, similar to how they were under PPP. There are also guaranteed funds for any business who started operating during the COVID-19 pandemic. To find out more, visit hometownstation.com/stimulus.
It's time to enhance your natural beauty and well-being at Hestia Medical Spa. Feel as good as you look with services that include body sculpting using the most up-to-date technology, including high-intensity focused ultrasound. Choose from a long menu of services like IV therapy, which is a great energy booster, combats dehydration, boosts your immune system, and conquers hangovers. Experience rejuvenation at Hestia Medical Spa, located on Valencia Boulevard next to City Hall. Call 753-3434 or go online at hestiamedicalspa.com.
Save water and save money. SCV Water wants to help you find your fit and take advantage of conservation rebate programs that will help you save. Water your landscape more efficiently. Replace your lawn with water-wise plants. Conduct free in-home water surveys. Cover your swimming pool and more. Find the programs that fit your needs and start saving today. Visit conserve.yourscvwater.com to learn more.
That's conserve.yourscvwater.com.
Get your free thermostats from Pacific Air, free!
Ned, what are you doing? You can't offer that.
Yes, I can. With every AC tune-up this month, Pacific Air will replace your mechanical thermostat with a digital one, free!
Get in the truck, Ned.
Ned's right.
It's true.
Mark Schneider and daughter Kaylee for Pacific Air.
This month, call Pacific Air to schedule your WOW AC tune-up for just $77.
And we'll replace your old mechanical thermostat.
With a brand new programmable digital thermostat, absolutely free of charge.
And if you need a new heating and air system but money is tight, call today and ask about our buy now, pay later financing. We think you'll say,
wow!
Call the guys in the orange truck. That's Pacific Air. On time, great care. When you want the best, call Pacific Air.
Details at packair.com. Remember, without the E, it's just air.
Why did Mercedes-Benz of Valencia win the Dealer of Excellence Award in 2019?
Because we strive to provide the most outstanding sales experience.
Mercedes-Benz of Valencia COO Chris Paz.
We know you have high expectations. Our stellar team will meet and exceed your expectations. That's why we were named Mercedes Best of the Best, placing us in the top 10% of all Mercedes dealers nationwide.
Find out how you can lease a new Mercedes for unbelievably low monthly payments. Details at mbzvalencia.com.
Your hometown station, KHTS.
Welcome back. You are listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 on the AM side. This is Matt Watson, and you're listening to SCVi and iLead Schools' Eye on the Valley. As I mentioned before, a little bit later on, we're looking forward to meeting the two new school directors at SCVi. SCVi, iLead's founding school. That's right, we have two new directors, Chad Powell and Martha Spansel-Pellico. And I'm looking forward to meeting them. As I said, they've been busy getting the school year off to a good start, getting their staff ready for the new school year. Starts next week, next Tuesday. But, you know, even though we're colleagues, they've been so busy, I have not had the opportunity to meet them yet. So I'm looking forward to meeting them at the same time that you do. Although I know some of our families had the opportunity to meet them yesterday at Upper School Meet the Facilitator Day. So hopefully you SCVi parents out there have had the opportunity to meet and chat with the new directors. But we're going to have a nice opportunity to sit down with them just coming up next break. So as I mentioned, school starts for SCVi and our other iLead schools this coming Tuesday, just a couple more days. That's right, our kids had a little bit longer summer break. Not longer, because they started a little bit later, but you know, that's what we do at SCVi and iLead. we start a little bit later, we end a little bit later, and it all comes out in the wash. You know, SCVi is the only comprehensive, that is, transitional kindergarten through 12th grade public school in Santa Clarita. And recently at SCVi's graduation, several of the graduates talked about how they just absolutely loved being able to attend the same school, K through 12, you know, and how much they enjoyed just going kindergarten all the way through 12th grade at the same school. And, you know, it's always neat when you've got, you know, an older sibling that's in high school and comes down, you know, just a couple of steps away to the elementary portion of the school to pick their younger brother or sister up after school. And it's just a great family environment. You know, Ailid Agua Dulce is here on the east side of the valley, and they're set to open their high school this year. They're going to be opening up 9th grade. They were previously kindergarten through 8th grade, opening up their 9th grade here real soon. And in just a couple more years, that means they will become, well, the second comprehensive public school in the area as they grow to 12th grade over the next few years. We also have schools in the Antelope Valley, Ailid Lancaster, Ailid Antelope Valley, Empower Generations. We also have 2 virtual schools, Ailid Online, I talked about earlier. And, you know, Ailid Online is just an amazing school. People oftentimes will wince at the idea of an online school because you think, you know, maybe a little bit less attention and I've got to do more. Well, Ailid Online, it is also a comprehensive school, transitional K through 12th grade online. But they have their facilitators, their teachers. So in elementary school, your kids got their classroom teacher, and they interact with them all the time, and they're right there to support them. And so, yes, online school is possible for your kindergartners. And actually, I've been working with our online elementary school facilitators for the last year and a half or so, and they do an amazing job of working with their kids and their families. But not only do you get your teacher, your classroom teacher, and in high school, your teachers, right? Because you get one for each subject. But you also get an academic coach who is exactly that. They're a coach that's assigned to you right there alongside of you, supporting you with anything that you need, guiding you along. And then we've got also tutoring, free tutoring if that's needed. And, you know, oftentimes our kids will say, you know, I used to be in a brick and mortar traditional school, and I'm getting more attention now when I'm online than I ever did before. So really personalized is the idea behind Ailid Online. And of course, we've got Ailid Exploration, one of the most popular homeschool programs in Southern California, stretching from Orange County, San Bernardino County, Kern County, and just absolutely everywhere in LA County. And you might ask, Matt, would you describe Ailid Exploration as ubiquitous? And I would. We are everywhere across the Southland. For more information on all of our schools, just go to ailidschools.org and just pick the program or school that's best for you and your kids. And that's ailidschools.org to enroll or to get more information. Like I said, school starts Tuesday, so even if you logged on today, your kids wouldn't even feel left behind. You click enroll now, and they could be there on that first day on Tuesday, just like everybody else. But now, it's time for this day in history. That's right, it is August 20th, 2021, and on August 20th, 1619, just 402 years ago today, the first enslaved Africans arrived in Jamestown, Virginia, setting the stage for slavery in North America. More than 20 Angolans who had been kidnapped by the Portuguese arrived at the British colony and were bought by English colonists. Now, it was a complicated journey to say the least. They were originally kidnapped by Portuguese colonial forces, forced to march to the port of Luanda, the capital of modern-day Angola. From there, they were ordered onto the ship San Juan Bautista, which set sail for Veracruz in the colony of New Spain. And as was quite common, nearly half of the captives, about 150 of the 350 captives aboard the ship, died during the crossing. Then, as the ship approached its destination, it was attacked by 2 privateer ships, the White Lion and the Treasurer, and crews from those 2 ships kidnapped up to about 60 of the Bautista's enslaved people. And it was the White Lion, actually, that docked at the Virginia colony's Point Comfort and traded some of their prisoners for food on August 20th, 1619, thus opening what would become the United States to the slave trade. 402 years ago today. August 20th, 1920, professional football, Patty. Professional football was born in Canton, Ohio on this day, 1920, just 101 years ago today. You know, right? Exactly. So thank those 7 men that got together and founded the league. And among the 7 founders was legendary all-around athlete and Olympic hero Jim Thorpe. He was there to found the what would become the National Football League. So that was August 20th, 1920. Also on this day in 1940, exiled Russian revolutionary Leon Trotsky was fatally wounded by an assassin at his compound outside Mexico City. The killer, Ramon Mercader, a Spanish communist and probable agent of the Soviet leader Joseph Stalin, killed Trotsky, get this, with an axe. Trotsky died from his wounds the next day. Whew, what a way to go.
Yeah.
August 20th, 1945, Tommy Brown of the Brooklyn Dodgers became the youngest player in Major League history to hit a home run at the tender age of just 17 years old. Nicknamed Buckshot by Leo DeRocher of the Dodgers because of his strong but, let's just say, less than accurate arm. His career spanned 9 years with the Dodgers, the Phillies, the Cubs, and in those 9 years he had only 31 home runs. But his first set a record that 76 years later still stands. And you know what else still stands? Buckshot Brown. You know, he's a spry 93-year-old, and he's still living in Brentwood, Tennessee.
Wow.
Not a local guy, but, you know, I'd like to think that old Buckshot Brown could be streaming the show, Patty. So, Tommy, mazel tov. August 20th, 1975, Viking 1 launched to Mars. August 20th, 1982, the U.S. Marines were deployed to Lebanon. And on August 20th, 1989, Eric and Lyle Menendez killed their parents Jose and Kitty in the living room of their Beverly Hills home. Amazingly, the two were not considered suspects until Eric eventually confessed to his new psychotherapist, who was only secretly taping the session to impress his mistress. How odd is that?
Weird.
Right? But his mistress, after hearing the confession, promptly said to herself, "Hey, I'm not bound by any privilege. I'm going to the cops." And we probably should have stopped with Buckshot Brown. Anyways, y'all stick around. When we get back, we will be meeting the new directors at SCVi, Chad Powell and Martha Spansel-Pellico. I am Matt Watson, and you're listening to SCVi and iLead School's Eye on the Valley on your hometown station, KHTS.
Experience Frontier Toyota's all-new hot and exciting Toyota lineup. Serving the Santa Clarita Valley for over 30 years. Frontier Toyota, the Camry, Corolla, and Prius Kings. They're tops in Tacoma and Tundra trucks. Frontier Toyota, the new way of car buying. Shop from home at frontiertoyota.com or visit their showroom at Valencia and Creekside. Discover a whole new car buying experience with your friends at Frontier Toyota.
Gavin Newsom is the most arrogant governor the state has ever seen. He's imposed some of the most restricted COVID mandates than any other state in the country, and yet California is no safer than any other state. I'm Eric Hallaby, owner of Total Financial Solutions. We've been assisting Southern California residents with their financial goals for over 25 years. Under Newsom, my friends, neighbors have lost their jobs and their businesses. Our kids have lost a full year of in-school education and will now be forced to wear uncomfortable, restrictive masks. This is all in defiance to the very science Newsom and his cohorts pledged to follow. COVID restrictions, a spike in crime, and a homeless crisis are all blamed on Newsom's policies. More than 1,900 people a day have left the state of California. Enough is enough. It's time for a change. On September 14th, I urge you to vote to recall Governor Gavin Newsom. We support replacing him with Larry Elder, not a politician, but a leader with sensible solutions. So let's fix California. Vote for Larry Elder. Visit electelder.com. That's electelder.com.
The shows must go on. The Main in Santa Clarita is your destination for free online music, theater, art, and entertainment opportunities. Tune into fun variety nights, join a talent show, learn from filmmaking experts, attend a modern play, and more from the comfort of your home. For more information and to view upcoming events, go to facebook.com/themain-newhall or at themain.org. Enjoy the shows.
It's no wonder people love Baskin-Robbins. 31 delicious flavors of ice cream. Celebrate with your favorite ice cream served any way you want, including the special flavor of the month. Baskin-Robbins, now open on Lyons Avenue in Newhall under new Santa Clarita family ownership, is the first Southern California hybrid design store for Baskin-Robbins and the oldest location in Santa Clarita, over 45 years. America's favorite neighborhood ice cream shop is just one scoop away. Baskin-Robbins, the perfect dessert for your next celebration.
If you need help at home or at the office, call Made For You. Made For You is a locally owned, bonded, and licensed cleaning service with over 20 years of experience. All employees are vetted for your protection. No need to buy products or equipment. The Made For You staff comes complete with everything needed to make your home or office cleaner than ever. Hire Made For You one time, as needed, or an ongoing basis. No room is off limits. Laundry and ironing services are also available. Call Made For You for a free estimate. 255-2922. That's 255-2922.
KHTS AM 1220 and 98.1 FM Santa Clarita. It's 9 o'clock. Time for national news on KHTS.
How much did he know and when? On Lisa Brady, Fox News. It's a question President Biden is facing as he prepares to address the nation an hour from now on Afghanistan. Amid reports, the administration had been warned the Afghan military might not be able to hold off the Taliban. This from a confidential cable confirmed by Fox News.
It was sent by State Department officials on the ground in Kabul to President Biden's Secretary of State Antony Blinken, warning of a possible rapid collapse of Kabul soon after the withdrawal date, and offering mitigation methods and also recommendations for speedy evacuations.
Fox's Jackie Heinrich at the White House. That cable was dated July 13th, but it's not clear whether the president ever saw it. About 6,000 U.S. troops are now on the ground in Kabul to help get Americans and Afghan partners out, and there is progress despite some continued concerns about challenges getting to the Kabul airport.
U.S. Marines and soldiers under strict orders not to leave the airport. Despite reports, British and French forces are launching missions to downtown Kabul to rescue their people. The U.S. Air Force evacuating 5,700 people in the past 24 hours aboard over a dozen C-17 transport flights, now filled to max capacity. A day ago, those flights were leaving nearly half empty.
Fox's Lucas Tomlinson at the Pentagon. Nearly 13,000 evacuated in all so far, and that doesn't include additional charter flights. The White House just confirming a vaccine milestone. 200 million Americans with at least one dose as the fight against COVID's Delta surge continues. Today marks the second day in a row with over 1 million shots administered, the first time they've hit that milestone in nearly 7 weeks. New England could get its first hurricane in 30 years. For now, Henri is still a tropical storm, expected to impact the coast by Sunday. America is listening to Fox News.
Nielsen says more than 30 million Americans watch Newsmax. It's the 4th highest-rated cable news channel, and it's available on all major cable systems. Or find it on smart TVs like Samsung, LG, and more. And it's free on Roku, Xumo, Pluto, Amazon Fire, and TiVo. Or download the Newsmax app on your smartphone. Watch it anytime, anywhere. Forbes described Newsmax as a news powerhouse. Millions of Americans are watching Newsmax. You should too. Tune in today.
And now a small business setback, delivered by a kind French stranger.
Monsieur, there was an accident. The windshield of your catering van is, how do you say, kaput? But Progressive has an extensive network of repair shops. Now, we sing about the old days. Brave marin revient de guerre.
When things go wrong with your small business, it's comforting to know you have Progressive Commercial. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Croissance for everyone.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms and conditions.
New poll finds U.S. anxiety about COVID-19 at its highest level since the winter.
The poll, done by the Associated Press NORC Center for Public Affairs Research, finds that 6 in 10 American adults want vaccination mandates for attending events like movies, sports, and concerts, as well as traveling on airplanes. About 6 in 10 of those polled also want vaccine mandates for healthcare workers, in addition to those in restaurants, stores, and the government. 41% of poll respondents say they're extremely or very worried about themselves or their family getting infected with COVID-19, up from 21% in June. 55% support requiring people to wear masks around others outside their home, and 62% want mask mandates for public-facing workers. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
A U.S. Navy veteran has just been found guilty in a 2019 quadruple murder at a North Dakota property management firm that managed the killer's mobile home. 47-year-old Chad Isaac now faces life in prison without parole. Jeopardy needs a new host again.
Just 9 days after it was announced he would succeed Alex Trebek, Jeopardy's new host Mike Richards has stepped down. Richards, who also executive produced the show, receiving backlash in the past few days after past disparaging remarks came to light regarding a podcast that he hosted back in 2013. Those comments involved women and Jewish people. The Anti-Defamation League had called for an investigation. Richards releasing a statement saying that he has become too much of a distraction right now. He will still remain executive producer for the show. Since Trebek's death last year, Jeopardy has tried out various celebrities to host, including Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers and longtime Jeopardy champion Ken Jennings. That will now continue.
Fox's Mike Gunzelman. Sony had already named actor and neuroscientist Mayim Bialik as a second host for Jeopardy specials and spin-offs. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News.
I'm Stuart Varney, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks opened flat and turned higher. Dallas Fed President Robert Kaplan says he'll reconsider his calls for the Fed to pull back on economic stimulus if COVID outbreaks begin to affect the outlook. Deere & Company's earnings top forecasts. Topps, the leading baseball card producer since the 50s, will not be going public now that Major League Baseball and its players' union signed with a different company, Fanatics. Mudrick Capital and Topps agreed to end their merger that was created to launch Topps stock. Foot Locker's earnings were double the numbers Wall Street was predicting. The athletic shoe chain was expected to see sales decline in the recent quarter, but they were up nearly 7%. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Cosola, invested in you.
Oh, according to research, 82% of people remember radio ads. So, 82% of you listening will remember that this is an ad for ZipRecruiter. 82% of you will note that if you're hiring, ZipRecruiter finds qualified people for your job. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And 82% of you will remember that you can try ZipRecruiter for free. But you have to go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Yes, free. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Thanks for listening to KHTS AM 1220, Canyon Country, California. K260 CO 98.1 FM, Santa Clarita, California.
Accidents happen, but rest assured Patterson's Collision Center is here to help. Patterson's is a family-owned and operated collision repair facility providing the Santa Clarita Valley with premium collision repairs. Patterson's prides itself on being the only California-certified green repair shop in all of Santa Clarita. They are insurance claim specialists and even offer payment plans for your deductible. For personalized, friendly service, visit PattersonsCollisionCenter.com or call 294-1011 and let Patterson's Collision Center help ease your worries today.
Summer is here. Why not cool off with a new Dunkin' Refresher? Choose from lemonade, green tea, or coconut milk with strawberry, peach, or blueberry flavor. Limited time offer, only $3 for a medium-sized drink. Dunkin' also has new all-day sandwiches and new donut varieties. Order ahead with the Dunkin' app and accumulate points. Located on Bouquet Canyon in the Lowe's Shopping Center and on Sierra Highway in Canyon Country, both with curbside pickup, Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, and Postmates, or use the drive-thru at Sierra Highway. Santa Clarita runs on Dunkin'.
Hey, this is Kyle with your hometown station weather. A mostly sunny day. The temperature is expected to be in the high 80s today. Overnight low is going to be in the low 60s. Nice one here in the Santa Clarita Valley.
98.1 FM and AM 1220.
The following is sponsored programming and does not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of KHTS or its ownership.
Welcome back. You're listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. This is Matt Watson, your host, and you are listening to SCVi and I Lead Schools Eye on the Valley. Well, I've been talking about it all morning, and I'm very excited about my next guest. We have the leadership team from SCVi Charter School joining us. Martha Spansel-Pellico earned her bachelor's degree in English and her secondary teaching credential from the Master's College right here around the corner, and her master's degree in educational leadership and administrative credential from the University of Laverne. She's got 17 years experience in school administration and all of her 23 years of experience in education right here in our local schools in Santa Clarita. And her partner, Chad Powell, earned his bachelor's degree and teaching credential from Fresno State. He's a Bulldog. And his master's degree and administrative credential from Cal State Northridge. And, like Martha, he has served at local schools for over 20 years with extensive administrative experience. Martha, Chad, welcome to Eye on the Valley.
Hey, glad to be here.
So glad to have you guys, and so excited about everything that you all bring to our school at SCVi. I want to just go ahead and jump in. I know that you guys have been working really hard all summer getting ready for the school year, but at the same time, I know that you're both new to our school. So let's just kind of go with the obvious question. Martha, let's start with you, ladies first. What attracted you to SCVi? What made you want to come over to the charter world?
Well, I think when I was reflecting over my time, my 17 years, 23 years total in education, I think some of my most rewarding memories were when I was working in an alternative school setting. And I felt that it was very rewarding and valuable just to get to know the students and the learners and their families. And I just really wanted to be in a smaller school setting.
Yeah, and it's interesting. You know, SCVi's got about 1,000 kids, transitional kindergarten through 12th grade, but it still has that smaller school feel. You know, you get to know all the kids, you get to know the whole family. So yeah, you're absolutely right. That is something really attractive. Now, Chad, same question. What made you decide to come to SCVi?
Hey, Matt. I want to start with, I believe in the philosophy here. You know, when I saw what the school was about, I was excited to get the chance to come over. You know, one of the things that drove me throughout my entire career in education is the chance to be creative and also problem solving. And so to be at a school that values both of those things allows us to think outside the box and do what's best for kids. It was exciting. And so when I got the opportunity to come over, I didn't have to think too long about it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you're right. That's one of the beauties of charter school, right? We still are, accountable to the same level of standards, and we've got to follow all the same kind of mandates that your district schools do, but we do have a little bit more freedom to do things our own way, and so it can be daunting sometimes, but it can also be really freeing. You know, those of us as educators enjoy that autonomy. So you're absolutely right. We talked about it a little bit before we came on the air. Can you guys talk a little bit about what your role is going to be? I know at SCVi, families are used to having like an upper school director and a lower school director, but the two of you are going to partner in taking on the whole school. Can you talk about the role that the two of you are going to play and how that's going to work out?
Right. I'll start off here. And then, Martha can add in as well. Martha and I previously worked together, as assistant principals in the Hart District. And so we knew that we could work together well. And one of the things that we really wanted to do here is to really think of the school as one K-12 or TK-12 continuum. And we think that really one of the things that will help with parents is as they transition from the lower school through our middle school into the high school, it'll make that transition easier for them, and it will help us run things even more efficiently.
Yeah, I think so. So, Martha, as you guys are getting ready, what is it that you're looking forward to most about the beginning of the school year?
It seems like a natural answer, but it really is the welcoming back students. I mean, we've been working for the past few weeks just trying to get the campus ready, trying to get the classrooms ready, working with professional learning with the facilitators. So I'm just really looking forward to seeing this place in action. I haven't seen it yet. So I'm looking forward most to that, and also meeting the parents and the families tonight at our Meet the Facilitators night. I'm really looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, speaking of which, I know that yesterday you had the upper school orientation. You got to meet the 9th through 12th grade learners. How was it having learners on campus, and what are your first impressions? Is there anything that you, both of you, want to share?
Well, I think it was, again, I said in my last answer, the place comes alive when there's students here.
Yeah.
And it was really neat to see those learners coming back on campus, some for the first time or some for the first time in a year. And right there to greet them was a bunch of learners that are ambassadors for the school. They took the kids on tours. They introduced them around facilities, and they introduced them to their facilitators. They showed them the clubs that they could sign up for, athletics they could sign up for. So it was a really exciting time. And I think something else that kind of struck with me that I thought really speaks volumes about the school is the fact that they had that there were alumni that came back and also kind of introduced the kids around. So I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah, that had a little bit of energy that, we've been working hard over the last weeks getting everything ready, but having the students on campus, or at least just even a handful of students at that moment, it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's something that's really unique about SCVi. Our kids have always taken an active role in school leadership. It's funny, when I first started at SCVi, I kind of said tongue-in-cheek, it seems like the kids here don't realize that they're not adults yet, and that for that reason they have less of a say. Obviously, like I said, tongue-in-cheek, but our kids have always been very accustomed to jumping in, taking those leadership roles, and really taking an active part in running their schools. So, it is really exciting. So, like I said, school starts on Tuesday. I know that this might be a little tough because the two of you are new to our school, but what can families expect for this new school year? What is it that maybe our facilitators are preparing for them? I know you guys are both excited to have learners back on campus full-time, so what can our families look forward to this year?
What we're going to see is a lot of excitement that everybody gets to be back here on campus. That's what they really want, that energy. They're going to see our facilitators reaching out and trying to get to know our learners as fast as they can. And what's nice is that because we are a small school, a lot of our learners already know, a lot of the facilitators here. One of the groups, just to give you an example of something that's going to happen, and we just spent some time with the 8th grade team, is they have an identity project that they start out with, where students, they take a look at, they really, are introspective on who they are, and also they take a look at, well, what am I projecting into the world? And those teachers are able to tie that to the standards-based curriculum that they're developing as well. And so that seems like an exciting project. So that's just one example of a very student-centered, project-based activity that the parents should expect.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I always love that project. It's funny, our 8th grade team discovered, like most 8th grade teachers do, that, gosh, you just can't teach 8th graders because they're so wrapped up in trying to figure out who they're becoming. And so what they do is they just get it on the table at the beginning of the year. Let's talk about it. Who are you? Who are you becoming? And then you're right. Then they just so masterfully wrap in the rigorous standards and the stuff that our kids pull out of that project. And all of their projects really are just incredible. So, Martha, we talked about upper school orientation yesterday, and I do have to say I'm hearing good things. I wasn't able to be there myself, but some of our families reached out and told me, gosh, it was an amazing event, Matt.
That's great.
So tonight is SCVi's traditional Meet the Facilitator night, where our TK through 8th grade learners can come and meet their facilitators, see the classrooms, and possibly for some get familiar for the first time with the learning spaces at SCVi. What are you looking forward to about tonight? Are parents going to have the opportunity to meet the two of you, and or is there going to be a meet and greet later?
So, yes, along with the traditional Meet the Facilitators night, Chad and I kind of piggybacked onto that, Meet the New Directors.
All right.
So we've kind of identified the space, where our offices are in the front lobby, and we're kind of going to park ourselves there, and we've invited parents to come in and meet us. After they meet the facilitators, swing by on your way out and meet us as well.
Right.
What a great idea, because, you know that families are going to be curious. Families across our valley, you guys are no strangers to the families of Santa Clarita and how involved they are in their children's schooling, but it seems like the families at SCVi are just a little bit more connected and well, maybe even more than just a little bit more connected to their school. So they're going to be real curious. So thank you for your patience and warm welcome to our families. I'm sure you're going to have a line there at your office. You may want to, clear off a desk and make a little bit of extra space. So
I'm looking forward to it.
We're looking forward to meeting people.
So it is interesting, and I did want to clarify because I know, some of our local schools have had that back to school night, and some have opted to a virtual back to school night. Our kids and our families are going to be on campus tonight, obviously wearing masks, but they're going to be able to be in the spaces and actually meet their facilitators tonight, huh?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. What's nice is that we have this Meet the Facilitators evening, and we'll also have a back-to-school night as well. This will be a good chance to meet them.
Fantastic. Yeah, I know it's always a very exciting event. A little bit less formal, where it is just that. You don't really have to do anything but hang out and meet people. It's just the perfect opportunity to ease back into the school year.
Right, exactly. And we, through Parent Square, we'd sent out sort of a breakdown by alpha.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, clearly, if a parent, they come whenever, they're going to be able to participate in the event. But if they follow the alpha breakdown that we have, it'll give them a little bit more personal time with the facilitator and with us, too.
Ah, perfect. Kind of spread things out so that not everybody's jamming through the door at the same time. Brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Correct.
Brilliant idea. Fantastic. And there are still spots available if you're listening and are interested. You can just go to ileadsantaclarita.org and you can either click on the Enroll Now button or send us an email for a little bit more information. Again, that's ileadsantaclarita.org. We're talking to the leadership team from SCVi Charter School, Martha, Spansel-Pellico, and Chad Powell. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about the what-ifs and things that I know that you're wondering about. So stick around. You're listening to SCVi and iLead School's Eye on the Valley. I'm Matt Watson on your hometown station, KHTS.
When you look at your child, you see so much. A creative spirit that surprises you every day. A little leader growing to discover who they are, what they love, and how they can make the world better. At SCVi, we see those same amazing things. Our tuition-free TK through 12 charter school provides boundless opportunities to think critically and imagine freely, with a learning program customized just for your child. Today, that means empowering your child to bring strengths and passions to the distance learning environment. Our approach keeps your child and family in step while online, inspiring your learner to keep growing without missing a beat. At SCVi, your child will find even more ways to grow with projects and activities in STEAM, robotics, theater, music, and sports. With the only international baccalaureate program in Santa Clarita, SCVi produces graduates who excel at top universities and in life. For enrollment information or to learn more about our distance learning program, visit ileadsantaclarita.org. iLead Schools. Free to think, inspired to lead.
No contract pest control. Did you hear that? Yes, Unipest has no contract, low impact, affordable, and environmentally and family friendly pest control options with orange oil or other family friendly products. Whether it's ants, spiders, gophers, termites, or bed bugs, Unipest Termite and Pest Control has an effective, eco-friendly option for you. Call Unipest today for a free orange oil inspection at 661-BUG-7575 or visit unipest.com.
I don't get the recall. Isn't the governor up for election next year anyway?
Yep.
So why do taxpayers have to spend hundreds of millions of dollars on an election now?
Because the big money donors behind the recall have a hidden agenda.
Really? Who are they?
The same super rich people who have also funded ex-President Trump and other far-right national candidates.
but I thought they just didn't like the pandemic safety measures.
That's just a cover-up for their real agenda. The wealthy recall donors want to take away our safety protections and voting rights and hijack our democracy, as we've seen in other states they control. This recall is just a power grab.
Wow, I'm going to vote no on the recall.
Paid for by the California Nurses Association, National Nurses Organizing Committee, CNA, and NOC PAC. Committee major funding from the California Nurses Association.
Your hometown station.
KHTS is the only station I listen to.
98.1 FM and AM 1220.
Welcome back. You're listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 on the AM side. This is SCVi and I Lead Schools Eye on the Valley. I'm your host, Matt Watson. Super excited that I finally get to meet the two new members of the leadership team at SCVi Charter School, Martha Spansel-Pellico and Chad Powell, the two new directors. Chad, Martha, we're very excited to have you. Thank you again for joining us. I know with just a couple of days left to go before school starts how busy the two of you have to be. I do want to talk a bit about what I'm sure everybody's wondering about, what's going on with the COVIDs and what are the plans and what are the preparations. I know SCVi was actually really lauded in the press and with our families about how quickly, what was it, a year and a half ago, we were able to get our learners up and online. The state order to close public school campuses came on Friday, March 13th. And on Monday, the 16th, our classes were online and up and running. And obviously, there were some hiccups as everybody got online, but we didn't miss a day. And SCVi, the staff there really did a great job with distance learning through the pandemic, using the learning management system that they had been trained on just a couple of days earlier to get the kids up and just seamlessly moved into distance learning and then moved back last spring. So now, fortunately, word out of the LA County Department of Health, it's constantly changing. Things, our numbers with this Delta variant have been spiking, but it seems to be leveling off a little bit, keeping our fingers crossed, hopefully slowing down. But we do need to talk about, worst case scenario, right? If things should continue to increase, what kind of plans does SCVi have in place to mitigate any campus exposure, to contain a spread if there is a positive case or contact tracing or anything like that reported on campus? How are we keeping our learners, staff, and their families safe at SCVi?
So it's a great question. In fact, that's the question that we're getting more than any other single question, and we understand it as a parent. You need to keep your kids safe.
Yeah.
And that's the first priority for us is safety. There's some things that some people know that they may know about that we're doing. That we can share some of those already. In terms of our facilities to start with, we've the SCVi, we've upgraded our ventilation system. We have air purifying systems in every indoor space. Mm-hmm. Our hard-working custodial group are cleaning frequently and sanitizing touch points and such. In terms of what the families can do that can help us keep everybody safe, is our health screenings through Parent Square. We're checking every single student when they come in to make sure that they come through with that health screening. We also are double checking throughout the day in case anybody is here and they didn't have that. We're double checking. It's not as fun, but we're limiting some of the common use spaces such as the play structure and eliminating some of those opportunities, especially where our younger students who are too young to get vaccinated would be mixing with each other. We're balancing that out with some of our sports equipment that we'll have out there and sanitize. These are some of the general things that we're doing to try to keep the place as safe as we can.
Yeah, it's kind of a delicate balance, right? Because, we all want our kids. It's been so long. We need to get our kids back on campus, in class, and on the playground. That's such an important part of growing up as well. But at the same time, if we don't do so in a safe way, then it's going to lead to kids, teachers getting sick, and then we're going to have to shut everything down again. So,
well, absolutely, and including something I didn't mention, but I do want to mention it because I do know it's important to a lot of our parents out there, is that we still are upholding universal mask mandate, indoors, and that's an important part of what we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's in fact, it's funny. We got a comment on the Facebook questioning. Why I'm wearing a mask. If you are watching on Facebook Live, it looks like I'm alone in this room, but I'm not. Patty is here, and because the county does mandate it, we're indoors. Even though Patty and I are both vaccinated, we're wearing our masks, and same thing is going to be true at school, right? Whether we like it or not, it's something that the county has ordered all of our schools and, well, all of our spaces right now to do is keep those masks on, and hopefully we can level things off so that everybody can get back into school and back to normal as much as possible. This is going to be a marathon, though. It's not going away anytime soon, is it?
No. And then with that in mind, we're also trying to front load our teachers to make sure that they're prepared to deliver instructions in a digital model. So we're trying to get them started on that, or just to be prepared in case we have to go down that road in the future.
Martha, great idea. That's very well said, right? Nobody wants, even one classroom because of contact tracing to have to go digital. But if you're not prepared, then it's really going to be a mess. So that's good. You hope for the best and prepare for the worst, right? Very wise strategy.
Right.
Definitely. And you talk about preparation. At SCVi, we've always had a heavy focus on social emotional learning and character growth. We recognize that we don't teach two-dimensional learners, that our kids can't learn math and language arts and foreign language and all that important stuff if they're not also tended to in the other areas of their life. So what important activities do you guys have prepared? Does your staff have prepared during this first week or two to help build trust in the classroom and also, to kind of reteach or remind kids what it's like being in a classroom rather than just doing school from your bedroom at home?
Yeah, that's a great point. I think all of us in the schools are having to sort of build our endurance back up. Students are used to, taking classes, from home. Teachers, have been in and out of the building, teaching. I think the very first thing we're recognizing, and I'm really glad, Matt, you mentioned the social emotional learning point, is if we don't build that trust and we don't identify that our kids are more than just these sort of vessels we're going to fill with information, that we're going to lose them, right?
Yeah.
And that's why we really focus on the advisory periods. Each of our students has an advisory teacher. That teacher really serves the function of, sort of like a counselor for those kids.
Yeah.
And they're really going to be some of the first people on our teams to recognize if any of our learners need additional support. But what our families can expect is that we are going to ease back into as close to normal as we can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and to kind of piggyback off of that, to ease back into it, a lot of the teachers have planned activities and team-building activities, and they, when I was at the high school orientation yesterday, they were giving every learner the 2 weeks plan for what they can expect for the first 2 weeks of school. So I think that takes a lot of anxiety out of coming back when they know what's in front of them.
Yeah, emotionally and a physical toll. I mean, expect that our parents, the listeners that are out there, they should expect that their kids are gonna come back tired. They're gonna be physically tired when they're coming back.
That is perfect. It's so funny. I remember I worked in a traditional district, a rather large district, a little bit south of our valley here for quite a while. And I remember, when that 3 o'clock bell would ring, the kids would just go running and skipping home, and I was just dragging my exhausted rear end home. But at SCVi and iLead, we kind of try to flip that script, right? Not only do we put the education in the hands of the end user, the learner, but they're the ones that are working hard every day. And I know it doesn't necessarily work out exactly this way, but the hope is that come 3 o'clock, it's the facilitators, the staff that go skipping out to the parking lot, and the kids that drag their exhausted rear ends home.
Right, they're owning what they do.
Right, yeah, definitely. So, gosh, so glad to hear it. It's such an important component of our education, that social emotional learning, tending to the the whole child. And if there's nothing that COVID taught us, it's that, right? That we really have to take care of every facet of our kid.
Yep.
So I know that that most grade levels have waiting lists to attend, but there are a couple of grades that have some room if a family's interested in joining SCVi at this time. Can you tell us, I mentioned it before, but can you tell us how someone can get started in the enrollment process? Is it just on the website there?
Yeah, they can just go to the website. They can go to ileadsantaclarita.org, and they can click on the red button there. And it's at the bottom, and it says, enrollment application. But what we'd also encourage them to do is to reach out to us.
Yes.
We can give them a tour. We can talk to them. We do things. We're learning how differently we do things here, and we're excited to share that with any prospective family.
Well, fantastic. Yeah, it is definitely a learning process, but I love that the two of you are so open and willing to listen to staff that's been there for a while, even learn from our families as you all partner with them in growing our school. Like I said, I know you guys are busy, but before I let you go, is there anything else that you all are excited about or that you wanted our listeners to know, either about you personally or about SCVi?
Well, there's a lot. This is going to be a fun year for us because you can never have a second first year, right?
Right.
And so as we're discovering new things about the school and we're learning the staff and we're learning some of the history of SCVi and what makes SCVi different, we get to be on that path with a lot of our families that are not only new but even the returning ones, especially the ones that are going to a new grade level. So we're just we're committed to making this work and meeting our families, and it's kind of exciting right now that we're all in this new space.
Martha, anything else that you wanted to share with us before I let you guys go?
No, other than that, I'm just really excited to get started and get the school year off and running.
Perfect. Well, I do have a little bit of a good news, bad news kind of thing for both of you. Good news, your first interview here on Eye on the Valley, you guys absolutely nailed it. You seem to be naturals for the radio, and that leads to the bad news. We're definitely going to be calling you and having you back on here real soon. I really appreciate it.
I the old joke, but I do think I have a face for the radio.
Well, there you go. And, we look forward to having you, whether it's live in studio or over the phone like we did this morning. But, gosh, getting to know you now this morning, I am really, really excited about the two of you at the helm at SCVi. Thank you so much for joining us this morning on the air. Thank you for joining the iLead family and SCVi. We really appreciate it.
Thanks,
Matt. Happy to be here.
My pleasure. Martha, Spansel-Pellico, and Chad Powell, leaders of SCVi Charter School. We really appreciate it. You two, have a great weekend and have a wonderful year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys take care. This is SCVi and iLead School's Eye on the Valley. I'm your host, Matt Watson. We will be right back with, well, gosh, it's time to have a little fun with Big T on your hometown station, KHTS.
With locations throughout the valley, Providence offers the most advanced technology and therapies for treating cancer in Southern California. Call 1-888-HEALING for your annual checkup or second opinion. The road to healing leads to Providence.
It's a hit. Audiences are loving the hilarious Sweet Surrender, playing now through August 15th at the Canyon Theater Guild. This love letter to the classic farces of the 30s and 40s has it all. Hollywood divas, hapless bellhops, scheming fans, mistaken identities, double entendres, and a lapdog named Mr. Boodles. Don't miss this super fun comedy. For tickets, call 661-799-2702 or visit canyontheater.org.
It's time to enhance your natural beauty at Hestia Medical Spa. Select from a large menu of services, including an assortment of fillers that can be used in the face, lips, hands, and a variety of other body parts. Get rid of that double chin with Kybella, an injectable treatment to permanently destroy fat cells under the chin. Hestia Medical Spa also offers Botox, Dysport, and Xeomin to help reduce severe frown lines. Experience rejuvenation at Hestia Medical Spa, located on Valencia Boulevard next to City Hall. Call 3434 or go online to hestiamedicalspa.com. Your hometown station, KHTS.
Welcome back. You are listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. This is SCVi and I Lead Schools Eye on the Valley. I am your host, Matt Watson. Gosh, really excited. It was nice to meet the new leaders at SCVi, Chad and Martha. They were absolutely fantastic and excited about everything that they're going to help the staff develop there at SCVi. But now it is time for Big T's 5 minutes of fame. You all know Big T. He is a longtime resident and leader in the Santa Clarita Valley. He is an executive and a philanthropist. He's an amazing father, husband, and community organizer. In fact, he can often be found on a Friday evening trying to help his neighbors get organized and off his lawn. He is Mom's favorite. Big T, welcome to the show.
Good morning, Maddie.
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good deal. Hey, I hope you don't mind, but we've got a little bit more than 5 minutes of fame for you today. Do you think you can handle it?
I think so. I think I got enough rope.
All right. Very good. Very good. You know, we tried to go.
I'm glad I'm not in the studio right now because I think Patty might give me a big kiss on the cheek because we got some Star Wars trivia and Disney princess trivia.
Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Okay. Well, hey, Engineer Andrew, one more time, he chickened out on us again this week. Hopefully we can get him in here next week, but I know that producer Sarah is chomping at the bit to join us. So,
in fact, she's calling in right now, so excuse me for 1 second.
Absolutely. Patty, get her up, get her on the line. So we're going to have producer Sarah, Engineer Patty, and myself. We'll go by Frogger. I tell you what, I will keep score today. For those of you that have not heard Big T's segment before, we do a little bit of trivia. As you know, our buzzer is our name. Producer Sarah, welcome to the show.
Hi there. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's good to hear from you. It sounds like we've got some.
It's fun to hear you back on the radio live.
I know.
I've been so enjoying this. I'm so glad.
Well, Big T knows I always get 2 months vacation, so it is good to be back. It is good to be back. As I was saying, producer Sarah, your name is going to be your buzzer, so don't just shout out the answer. You shout out your name, wait to be recognized by the host, Big T, and then we'll take it from there. But those of you listening at home, you've got a listener's advantage. You don't have to call out your name. You just, right there in your living room or in your office there, in your cubicle, you just shout out the answer, and you can score before we even have a chance to answer. All right, Big T, we ready?
All right, we're ready.
Let's do it.
We'll kick it off with a little Star Wars. Which Star Wars movie does the line, Luke, I am your father?
Patty.
Frogger.
Sarah.
Patty.
The movie is Empire Strikes Back, Episode 5.
Incorrect. Sarah, Matt? Sarah.
I'm going to go with Episode 4.
Incorrect.
Frogger, I'm going to go with Return of the Jedi.
The line, Luke, I am your father, actually was never said in a Star Wars.
Oh, he tricked
us. It's the trick.
He tricked
right
us.
out of the chute.
I mean, I know it's the inaccurate line, but I'm like, that's the movie.
He tricked us right out of the chute.
Boo.
What year did Star Wars Galaxy's Edge open at Disneyland Resort?
Frogger.
2019. That is correct.
Woohoo.
Who's the voice of Darth Vader?
Frogger.
Patty.
Frogger than Patty.
James Earl Jones.
That is correct.
That's not bad.
Hey, see?
True or false?
Patty.
Frogger.
Born?
Shoot.
Patty.
True.
That is incorrect.
No!
Frogger, that's false.
That is false. If you're born between May 1st and May 20th, then you're a Gemini. That is false.
For those of you that are joining us for the first time on Big T's 5 Minutes of Fame, that's something he will do from time to time. And knowing that there's no penalty for a wrong answer, boy, we jump in quick.
Who's the first and only Disney princess with a tattoo?
Oh, Frogger. Moana.
Incorrect. Good guess, though. Anybody? Sarah?
I'm going to guess Pocahontas.
That is correct.
I like
yep,
it.
yep.
Well done, Sarah.
Who was Walt Disney's favorite princess?
Frogger.
Frogger.
Snow White.
I was about to say.
Incorrect.
Oh.
Ooh, Sarah?
Sarah?
I'll say Sleeping Beauty.
Incorrect.
I think that's what the castle's supposed to be.
Patty got them?
Patty, Cinderella.
Cinderella is correct.
Let's go on the board.
Patty with the Disney princess trivia. Which Disney princess appears in the Shrek movies?
Patty.
Which ones? Princesses.
Princesses. It is, well, Snow White, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, and, well, Princess Fiona. But, you know, that's the Shrek one.
And one more. There's Rapunzel as well. But, Patty, we're going to give that
Yeah, we're going to give it to him.
I'm a pretty, pretty princess. What can I say?
Who's the first Disney princess to have a child?
Ooh.
Patty?
Patty.
Oh.
Ariel?
Ariel is correct.
Nice.
Little Mermaid
This
2.
is stunning to me.
Right?
This is not to me.
True or false?
Patty.
There are over 25. Patty.
I'm going to go with false this time.
Frogger.
That is incorrect. Frogger.
Oh, he changed it up.
It's true.
It is true. There are over 2,500 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Oh, wow.
You know what? I reap what I sow with chiming in that fast.
You know, speaking of stars, Tony, it's really interesting. You could tell someone that there are 43 billion stars in the sky, and they'll believe you. But if you put a sign on the wall that says wet paint, everybody's got to check.
Yeah. Hey, it's the only way to teach a kid that the stove's hot, right?
Oh, ouch.
Ow.
Oh.
What golfer has won more majors
Frogger.
than any other golfer? Frogger.
Arnold Palmer.
Incorrect.
Ooh.
Patty.
Patty.
Tiger.
It is not Tiger Woods.
Aw.
Tiger's second with 15. This person has 18. Not a current golfer.
My dad's going to kill me for not knowing this one. I know it.
Shh, it's Sarah's turn.
I know, but I wish I knew. I think I'm going to have to run out of time.
Jack Nicklaus.
See, that was my second guess, yeah.
Fun fact, he has more majors than anybody at 18, and he has more second-place finishes in majors than anybody else as well.
Wow, dominated.
That's consistency, right?
More golds and silvers.
What TV show aired the first interracial kiss in the United
Patty.
States?
Frogger.
Sarah.
Patty.
Star Trek.
That is correct.
Oh.
All right,
Ricky and
another
Lucy
quick
never
question.
kissed, huh?
How many months have 28 days in
Frogger.
Frogger.
All 12 of them.
That is correct. All 12. True or false?
Patty.
Frogger.
Patty.
This is,
Patty
okay.
the Frogger.
I'm going to go with true. I swear to gosh.
Incorrect.
Oh.
I'm going to guess false.
That is correct. The capital of Libya is Benghazi. That is incorrect. What is it, Maddie?
The capital of Libya?
Yes.
Um.
No points for this. Tripoli.
Shoot, I should have known that.
Which subject did Walter White teach in Breaking Bad?
Patty.
Patty.
Chemistry.
That is correct.
Well, that makes sense.
Finish this quote from the TV show The Office. I'm not superstitious.
Patty.
I am. Patty.
A little stitious.
A little.
You're not going to catch me on The Office. Trust me.
Patty, we are tied at 5. Producer Sarah, come on now.
I know.
Before he was the front man for the Foo Fighters, Dave Grohl was the
Frogger.
drummer for which band? Frogger.
Nirvana.
Yep.
That's correct. What is Paul McCartney's middle name?
Frogger.
Frogger.
William.
Correct. Anybody?
I got nothing.
Sarah.
Sarah.
I'm actually going to guess his middle name is Paul.
That is correct. James is his first name.
Whoa!
Oh,
I know
get
John Paul is
out.
very popular.
Nicely
Catholic
done.
name.
that's a good one.
Double points for producer Sarah.
I say double points for producer Sarah, too.
Which duo won the first Grammy for Best Rap Performance?
Frogger.
Frogger.
That would be Run DMC.
That is incorrect.
Oh, no.
They're a trio.
I'm good, Sarah.
Sarah.
I'm going to put a guess in Salt and Pepper.
Incorrect.
Patty, I'm just gonna say the NWA.
DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Wow. Sarah,
True or false?
kudos on your pronunciation of Peppa, by the way.
That was good.
That's right. True or false?
Patty.
Dolly Parton. Patty.
All right. If going off of, I'm gonna say true.
Frogger.
It is true. Dolly Parton is the godmother of Miley Cyrus.
Is she really now?
Wow.
Yes.
That is cute. Yeah.
That is kind of cute. Yeah.
Whitney Houston famously covered "I Will Always Love You." Who
Frogger.
sang the original? Frogger.
Dolly Parton did.
Walked you right into that one, didn't
Uh-huh.
You did, but I knew that one.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Who replaced David Lee Roth as the lead
Frogger.
singer of Van Halen? Frogger.
Sammy Hagar.
Sammy Hagar's correct. Come on, Patty.
Music's my
Which movie star entered a look-alike contest about himself, only to come in third place?
So many.
That's hilarious.
Frogger.
Silent movie star. Frogger.
Oh,
Patty.
So
After.
not John Voight. I'm gonna go with Charlie Chaplin.
Charlie Chaplin is correct.
That is such a Chaplin thing to do.
That
And he
is.
finished. You say he finished third. Right. Judges thought he looked a little bit too much like Hitler.
What's the collective noun for a group of pandas?
Frogger.
Frogger.
A gaggle.
Incorrect. If you watch them play around, it would make sense.
They roll around? What? I don't know.
Correct answer is an embarrassment.
Get
Aw.
out. It's an
That's so
embarrassment of pandas?
Oh, those poor.
That is awesome.
Making fun of pandas.
Oh.
They're endangered.
Wait,
You
stop.
can
Tony,
poke fun at
Tony,
them, though.
are you serious? A group of pandas is called an embarrassment.
Yes.
You learned it here on Eye on the Valley, folks. All right.
And you've also learned that you can make fun of endangered species.
Yeah, oh gosh.
Oh.
Hey, true or false?
Patty.
Frogger.
Patty.
All right. Gonna go false this time.
That is correct. An octopus has 5 hearts.
Oh.
How many does he have,
Ooh.
Patty?
Wait, did you say octopus has five hearts?
5 hearts, and that's false. So how many does he have?
I'm gonna go with 8.
No.
No.
It's 4.
Sarah. 2.
Sarah. 3.
2. 3. Ah.
3.
I heard 3 from Sarah.
Thing's
So
coming off the rails.
What is Batman's real name?
Patty.
Frogger.
Patty.
Bruce Wayne.
Correct. Who's Spider-Man's main love interest?
Patty.
Patty.
Mary Jane Watson.
That's correct.
And with that, we're tied.
What nation does the Black Panther
Patty.
come from? Patty.
Wakanda forever.
Wow.
I know my superheroes.
See, and I thought you meant the Black Panther Party. I was going to say the United States.
Sarah.
Right.
Huh?
Sarah.
Sarah. Kryptonite.
Sarah.
Oh, I didn't even hear that.
Patty, that was right there.
I didn't even hear that.
Kryptonite.
Right?
I know.
had to get in.
That is kryptonite for me.
What country is responsible for creating the Olympic Games?
Frogger.
Frogger.
Greece.
That is correct. True or false? Brazil
Patty.
is the only country. Patty.
Frogger.
True.
Frogger. Frogger.
That is true.
Shoot.
Brazil is the only country in the Americas to have an official language in Portuguese.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
What's the loudest animal on Earth?
Frogger.
Frogger.
Engineer Patty.
Yes. No.
He came in third with Chaplin.
That's accurate.
Any real guesses?
Sarah.
Patty after.
Sarah.
I'll say elephant.
Incorrect. Underwater.
Oh, it's on.
Oh, you said on Earth.
You said on Earth, yeah.
Well,
that is.
The ocean
Water's on
still
Earth.
is Earth, and I'm buzzing in as soon as Patty gets this wrong.
I'm gonna say blue whale.
Ooh, he got it.
That is correct.
There
Sperm
you
whale.
go.
A group of ravens is known as?
Frogger.
Sarah.
I heard Patty first, and then Frogger, then Sarah.
A group. I'm gonna something with death. I think. Ravens.
Incorrect.
Yeah.
Frogger?
It's a murder, isn't it?
Bingo.
No, that's a group of crows.
Okay.
Oh, close.
Thought it was the same thing.
Sarah?
I was going with the same answer as Frogger.
Yeah.
I was going with a murder.
Yeah, it's an attempted homicide.
Unkindness.
An unkindness.
Unkindness.
So we've got
Not quite as bad as the murder. Unkindness and murder.
and unkindness.
Pretty much.
Who were naming these?
Edgar Allan Poe, maybe.
I agree with Sarah. I think there's some scientist out there naming groups while he's, I don't know, enjoying a little bit of Mr. Reyes's product.
Potentially.
Yeah.
How many legs does a spider have?
Patty.
Sarah, what'd you hear first? Did you hear?
I heard Frogger first.
All righty.
Okay.
I'm going with 8.
8 is correct.
Mm-hmm.
True or false?
Patty.
Nicholas. I heard Patty, then Frogger.
I'm going to go with false.
Incorrect.
Oh, no.
It is true. Of course it's true. Everybody knows it's true.
Nicolas Cage and Michael Jackson both married the same woman.
What?
Yes,
That
they
is
did.
true.
I didn't know that one.
Lisa Marie.
Who did they marry?
Lisa Marie Presley.
Yep.
Lisa Marie Presley.
Interesting.
True,
baby.
true or false?
Patty.
True or false? Frogger then Patty on this one.
I'm going true.
That is true. Pringles are not considered potato chips.
They're not.
because
What are they
there's no
considered?
Potatoes in them.
There's no
They're
potatoes in
snack
them.
Food. There's no potatoes in them, so they can't call them potato chips.
Oh, boy.
See, I just always figured that they got, they were going to make tennis balls, but then the day the tennis balls were supposed to come into the shop, they got a bunch of potatoes, and they thought, okay, let's just stuff them inside these tubes.
Right?
But no potatoes, huh?
What are they made out of?
Yeah, I'm curious.
There's a lot of stuff in there, but not potatoes.
No potatoes.
The name of which African animal means river horse?
Frogger.
Frogger.
Wildebeest.
Incorrect.
Dang.
Patty.
Anybody?
Oh, I know what it is.
Gazelle?
No.
All right, I'm gonna guess camel. Does it carry that?
Incorrect.
I know what
Frogger-
it is.
Frogger
It's
for no
hippopotamus.
Points, no points, Frogger?
It's hippopotamus.
is correct.
Yep.
Oh,
What-
hippos.
What's the opposite of matter?
Frogger.
Frogger.
I don't care.
Patty.
Incorrect.
Oh.
Patty.
Antimatter.
Antimatter's correct.
Going back to the last one, what's a group of hippopotamuses is called?
Hungry hippos?
There we go.
Which Tasmanian marsupial is known for its temper?
Frogger.
Frogger.
The Tasmanian devil.
That is correct.
Woohoo!
True or false?
Patty.
Frogger.
Patty.
False.
Incorrect.
No.
Frogger.
It is true. It's always true, Patty.
No, it hasn't been.
According to Scottish law, it is illegal to be drunk and in charge of a cow.
Probably a good policy.
Right. But if you're drunk, you can certainly handle a sheep, right, Tony?
Yes.
Okay. How we doing on time, Patty?
We still have about 2 minutes.
Okay, good. You need to get me off the air as quickly as possible.
Yes, Patty, please.
True or false?
Patty.
The great Patty.
I'm going to say true because Matt
That
says
is
true.
incorrect.
Frogger.
Oh, my. No.
Frogger.
It's false.
It is false.
Sarah,
The
do you know
Great
how this
Wall
game
of
works?
China-
Yes.
Okay. The Great Wall of China
Great
what?
Wall of- is visible from space. That is false.
I did know that one. Yeah.
Huh.
You've actually been
What
there,
if-
Mr. Watson.
I have, but I could see it from where I was. It is visible from China.
You've been to space?
No, but I've been to China, and the Great Wall of China is visible from China.
Okay. What's the correct term for a question mark immediately followed by an exclamation mark?
Frogger.
Frogger.
Zoinks.
Incorrect.
I was going to say way too much punctuation.
There's no such thing.
I was going to say a riddle.
No, I had not heard of this before. An interrobang?
An interrobang.
I've
I
never
like
heard
it.
of that.
I like it.
Isn't that nice?
Named by the same person who named the murder of crows.
Yeah.
Right?
Probably.
All right, Big T, I think we're going to have to wrap it up there. Checking the scores, it was a tight one today. Producer Sarah, I need you to work on your true-false questions. You got 5. Engineer Patty with 12.
Let's go.
And Frogger with 16.
Because you won the true or false battle with me.
I did. I've been boning up on my true-false game. Big T, as always, thank you so much for stopping by. I also want to thank the SCVi leadership team, Martha Spansel-Pellico and Chad Powell, and Robert Reyes, Mr. Reyes from Reyes Winery. As always, Big T, producer Sarah, engineer Patty, and thank you for listening. Join us again next week and every Friday, 8 to 10 a.m. I am Matt Watson, and this is SCVi and I Lead Schools Eye on the Valley on your hometown station, KHTS.